Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is voiceover Reenie because this plan with me got a little bit longer than I actually like. So speed it up and voiceover it is. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm planning my horizontal layout for the week of October 11th to the 17th. And I've pulled out the Floral Blossoms, Blooming Blossoms, the first Love Posh book, because there's those beautiful pumpkins and orange tones that sort of fit the vibe, because up here in Canada, Monday is Thanksgiving. Yeah, we all had a in the US, so we do our Thanksgiving in October instead of November. So it's Thanksgiving here, so I kind of wanted like that pumpkin-y vibe, I guess, is the only way to describe it. So I'm just laying in the corner pieces, or trying to decide where I want to lay in this corner piece. I decide finally to put it down in this corner, and I've decided to sort of keep all of the florals within the frame of the planner page, the outside box lines, instead of taking them right to the edge, which I do a lot of the time when I've brought out these florals or others. I usually take them right out to the edge of the page. And I'm just trying to figure out where I want to put these other sort of pieces. They were a little bigger than I wanted, so I think we had to play around a bit, because to make them work without cutting into too much of the space that I used to journal in, it was kind of tricky, but I made it work. Now I've pulled out last year's fall book to see if I can locate some boxes, because for as much as the Blossoms book is fantastic, of course there's no boxes, and it's not like orange block boxes are in hardcore supply in the colorful boxes books or anything. So I'm just pulled out last year's fall book, and I also have this year's seasonal fall off to the side, because I was thinking it might work in a pinch too. That one I'm flipping through right now is minimalist, because the tones within that book are really similar to those blossoms. They're not an exact match, but they are fairly close. So I'm gonna say we going with it, and we're gonna make it work. At least they're within the same hues. They may not be the exact same shade, but they are definitely within the same hue. I think that's what it's called. Art is not by any form or fashion my specialty, so I could be talking out of my butt when it comes to using certain terminology. If I am incorrect, forgive me and let me know if that is the wrong way to phrase that, because I'd be interested in knowing. My daughter's the artist, not me. This is my DIY boxes book. Oh, excuse me. It's been a very, very long day. It's quite late as I'm filming this voiceover, but I wanted to get this finished and off my docket so I can plan for the next set of tasks that needs to be done next week. And of course, Monday, like I said, is a holiday here. So planning and getting anything accomplished, yeah, that's not going to happen. Let's just be honest here. We're going to be having turkey dinner and tryptophan comas and the like. So not like much is going to happen on. Oh my goodness, I am so sorry. Monday at all. I'm just trying to wrap this up before I head to bed. Otherwise, I run the risk on forgetting it. I have done that before, gone through the motions and thought I had everything ready to go and scheduled within YouTube, only to discover, much to my dismay, minnow brain kicked in and something had been overlooked. So I'd rather get them out of the way, and I know that they're done, right? Instead of having a rude awakening that, oops, I forgot something. I hate that. It's terrible. Okay, so I'm just trying to figure out how to make this work, because this little tiny floral there, I wanted to put it there, but I couldn't seem to make it jive. Like it just, yeah, it was a little big for what I was looking for. So I opted to just go with the actual little floral, like that little one piece flower, which is just as cute. Now we're trying to figure out the next step for what we're going to do on the other side. I felt like if I gave the left side a bit of a break and went over to the right, because there was a little bit of struggling in this spread, to be honest, which is so ironic. I have been on such a roll the last week and a bit on getting like really creative, and everything's just sort of falling into place. And I sat down with this book and this idea, and I thought I had it in the bag, and this was going to be like a 20-minute like plan with me, done deal. Yeah, no. So far from it. I think the final run time on this video was about 45 minutes. Yeah, it was either just under 40 or just over 40. So it was a long one, because yeah, I could not make things work. It was just not a happy place. So as I said earlier, I decided earlier on I wanted to keep all the florals inside the box, or inside the planner spread, I guess is the way to put it. So I'm just trimming out those extra pieces that are overhanging from the outside lines. I wish I could actually pause the recording when I do voiceovers. This app won't let me, unfortunately, and my nose is my allergies. No, it's not allergies. I know what it is. It's raining and it's miserable here, and it's like stormy, and I had to just run outside to the truck because I forgot something in there from when I was out picking up my kid earlier on. And wouldn't you know it, lo and behold, my nose is like, oh, cold weather, we're just gonna try and run now. So if you hear me sniffle a bit, my apologies. So just cleaning up those florals down in this corner, or in this upper corner, I should say. It's coming together quite nice by this point, because like I said, I had been on quite the struggle bus with this spread. I'm not optimally happy with the fact that there's pretty much the exact same floral in both top corners, but it is what it is. And now, because I've actually hardcore made the decision that those boxes are staying where they're actually placed, I've just gone in with the Tombow correction tape to get rid of the lines behind them, because they do show through the sticker quite badly. And then we are trimming this little bit up. There was a floral piece in this set that actually said thankful underneath it, which was perfect. And I wanted to put it in on Monday, but it didn't fit. It was too big. So I decided to trim the thankful off of it, and that's like literally what I'm laying in just up there. And then I'm just going to clean it up a bit because it hung over the line a little bit more than I wanted to. So I trimmed off some of the extra white from the kiss cut. And I think right now I'm flipping through the seasonal fall book and deciding it's not going to work. And I didn't realize until looking at this that the sticker book was actually outside of the frame. Otherwise, you would have known I was flipping through a sticker book. So these pumpkins, this was the whole reason I had pulled out this sticker book, was with this theme in mind and trying to get them to work. This is where the real struggle starts. I'm picking boxes up and putting them back down again, trying to figure out how I'm going to get those pumpkins to line up, and they just don't want to work. So I'm in Free Spirit, because it suddenly dawned on me that Free Spirit has those pinks and peaches, and I was hoping that they would be a fairly close match, because I'm on the hunt for just like a couple of boxes that might work, because the one that I like, all I had was full-size boxes, and they were too big for what I needed on that other side, or sorry, the right hand side in the top, which is why I'm trying to get these to work right now. And then I'm like, well, that's not quite enough, and trying to move the pumpkins around and trying to make it work. And I'm getting frustrated by this point, because you all know what I'm talking about. You lay down, you think you've got it all, it's all in your head, and then you go to lay down with stickers and it's just not happening. So I finally decided I'm going to lay those two pumpkin, or that one pumpkin piece with the two pumpkins just down in that corner there. And I'm going to utilize the other pumpkin on this side, but I'm still trying to figure this out. So I've decided now that that box, or that little cluster of boxes, is staying there. So I'm going to white out. I moved them a bit. So I whited out the one line and then just made a correction and slipped it over a bit. And then I end up, here's more of the struggle, trying to make these boxes work. And had I thought about it in advance, I probably could have printed some of my own boxes. And I literally just make them in Word. Nothing fancy, print them out on like 32-pound HP paper, and run them through my Xyron, and poof, we got sticker boxes, right? Or box stickers, I mean. What I end up doing is cutting the box down to make it work, because what I was after ideally was one of those boxes, the ones that are like 1.5 inches by maybe 1.5 inches is probably the measurement on them. That was the size I really needed to make what I wanted to work, and I ended up just making it myself. Just cut the box down, whited it out, I think it said "Hey Pumpkin" at the bottom of it, and laid the box back over top of itself, and then finally I'm happy. Almost. I'm still trying to figure out the placement of it, but I am happy with that size box. It still gives me the room that I'm looking for, and once I finally make up my mind on where I want this to be laying, or to lay it down for it to stay, Bob's your uncle. But I think we monkey about with it a bit. And then I finally go back in to get some of the smaller decor pieces from this set to sort of, finalize up that last little bit. Now, I had some scraps left from when I had trimmed out the pieces at the edges and in the corners. And this is why we never get rid of our scraps, because they're incredibly useful for moments like this. Now I've got the grid washi, and I pulled out the floral washi that came with the Plant Be Happy box, because the colors in it are almost the same. Like, that was a lucky find. I was like, wow, this washi's almost made to be. Like, it's just made to be. So I'm just trying to decide, and I'm ripping it up to just get those pieces the way I want them to. And the washi decided not to cooperate overly well, and it didn't want to rip all that well, which was a little annoying, I will say. But it finally cooperated enough for me to get down. And I didn't go bonkers with the washi. It was just a little bit here and a little bit there, and like 2 strips on, like one on the left side and one on the right side, just to sort of finish it off a bit, if you will. Make it a little bit pretty. And again, I can't make up my mind or get the placement. Everything was going down crooked, and it was annoying. You ever have those days where you just spent way too much time with a spread and you're getting frustrated? And it's just, you know, it's got to come together, because if you don't, you're going to start losing your noodle. I was almost there. But then it all finally made sense. But it also did make, like I said, for a long spread. And I was like, I'm not going to torch y'all like that. You don't need to see and listen to me rah, 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 on about, you know, fighting with stickers in needless points. There's not much point in it, right? And we are just about finished, I believe, at this point. Should be just about done. I'm just finishing up because, like I said, I've got a few scraps left on the side there of those florals that I had cut off. And I've got a couple of pieces, or headers that I had scooped out of the minimalist book. So I put those down, and then I'm just going to clean up this pumpkin because it was sticking outside of the box, and cut those excess pieces away. And have everything all on the line. Although I did cut it a bit funky, but it was minor, so I wasn't overly worried about it at that point. Like, you can't even notice it because it's on one of the white parts of the sticker, and it's white pages. So that was the luck. That was lucky. Just cleaning up the edges. Like I said, here is where I found that little spot, and I'm like, that was a oops. And then this one piece didn't want to come up, so I'm trying to get it up with my finger, and then I have to pull out the X-Acto knife, and I end up back with my finger, and I couldn't get it up, so I literally just faked it. I brought the black pen in and just drew in the line. And we're just about ready to wrap up. So, like I said, I'm going to slip down one or two extra little pieces, clean up to the side, and then we're going to throw it back onto the discs. Yeah, there we go. We're going to throw it onto the discs. It looks really smart on the pages, like on the planner discs. But that's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this plan with me. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you again real soon. Ciao.